Yo, what up, Facebook? What up, YouTube? Hey guys, you got Darren Little here from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and I wanted to do a quick Facebook Live here to share a little bit of value with you, to help you shift in the right mindset so that you can propel yourself forward and 10x your income. So welcome to the broadcast today. Who do we got joining us? I can see people piling on here. Little love button there. Appreciate that, guys. Who do we got? Who do we got joining here, guys? Who do we got joining here? Throw me a comment, guys. Who do we got? I can see you guys there. We've got Amanjeet from India. Great to see you, sir. Great to see you here. I saw you actually pop in on my YouTube channel. I did send some answers back to you there. Feel free, actually, Amanjeet, to reach out to me on Facebook, right? Facebook is probably the easiest place to get a hold of me, and then we can actually, have a chat face-to-face on Facebook Messenger phone. That's truly the best way. Okay, who do we got here? We got Renee Cole. Great to see you here. Great to see you here. We've got Netta. Great to see you. We've got James. James Mugambi. Great to see you here. We've got Pete Lowen. Good to see you here. We've got a Facebook user from South Africa. Okay, 12:41 a.m. at night. I'm awake listening to you. I'm happy that you mentioned my name. Absolutely, my friend. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I appreciate you. We've got Kamotso from South Africa. We've got the one and only Angeline live from New York. I love you. I love you, girl. You're the best. Netta says, hi, Darren. Okay, guys. So I want to talk to you a little bit about going from flat broke, okay, flat line broke to freedom, okay? So that is a big jump, guys, from bottom of the bottom to the top of the mountain, and being able to learn how to manifest whatever it is that you want in your reality. And the interesting thing that I'm going to share with you here, guys, today on today's broadcast, Peter, welcome from Australia. Alicia from, I think that's North Carolina. Dorinda, great to see you here. Angeline, thanks, Darren. You're the best. Appreciate you, Angeline. You're awesome. Hey, Darren, and live from the East Coast of Canada. Guys, here's the thing that might kind of shock you with what I'm about to tell you on today's broadcast. If you're down and out, okay, I'm talking about down and out. If your credit cards are maxed out, if your home's going into foreclosure, if your car's being repoed, if you hate your job, if you're in a situation where you're in a network marketing company or an MLM business and you've gone for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and you're still not making a full-time income, you have the best chance to go from here up to here, okay? Now, you're probably thinking in your mind, I don't know about that. But I can tell you 100% factually that this is the truth, okay? So if you're down and out, you have no money, you could be on the verge of bankruptcy, the bank may have already foreclosed on your home, your car may have already been repoed, you may be getting calls from credit collectors right now. You have the best opportunity to springboard from nothing to freedom, okay? And I'm going to tell you why on today's broadcast. Typically, as human beings, we all battle this, guys. Okay, we all battle the same thing. You're not the only one. We all battle it. We all do. Our pride and our ego doesn't want to admit that we have a problem. And in the event, it's like the most obvious thing, truthfully, the most obvious thing that, when you look at the data that 97 out of every 100 people that are in the home-based business industry right now, are not making any money. They're failing miserably, but their pride and their ego will not allow them to admit that they have a problem, okay? So they try to peer through a window like this, right? So what they do is they kind of surf around, they go to, you know, people's walls that are, they can see making money or people that are successful, and they just kind of swarm around in a circle like this, but they don't take any action because they figure that they can figure it all out on their own, okay? And it's kind of the reference that I kind of compare it to is somebody hands you a Rubik's Cube and they go, you know, try and solve this puzzle. So you're flip, 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 and you're trying and trying and trying, but you can't seem to solve the problem. But there's an actual formula to solving the problem. You just don't know what the formula is. So you keep on trying and trying and trying. No, I got this. You keep on trying and trying and trying. No, I got this. No, seriously, I got this. You keep on trying and trying and trying and trying to get it, but you never get it. You never get it, right? But there's other people that have already mastered the skill that if you just surrendered your pride and surrendered your ego and said, well, hey, what's the secret to that? Oh, you just go flip, flip this, turn, turn, flip, 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 turn, turn, and you'll be able to master the Rubik's Cube. But instead of going directly to the people that have mastered the skills already, people's pride and their ego will not allow them to do it. Okay, it will not allow them to do it. So they keep on peering through the window. Oh no, I just bought this course. Oh no, I just got another course on Facebook. Oh no, I just tried this new thing. Oh, I got this. I got this. And what ends up happening is that the people, not only do they waste a ridiculous amount of time, but they spend money after money after money after money. Sometimes it can be thousands of dollars. Sometimes it can be tens of thousands of dollars. Sometimes it can be hundreds of thousands of dollars because their pride and their ego will not allow them to get help, okay? And it's a huge problem. Now, in the event that you're one of the people that is down and out, you could be on the verge of being homeless. You could be in a situation where the creditors are calling you every single day and there's no way out. You may have just lost your job. You may be in a situation where you have no income coming in. You are in the best position to go from flatline to freedom, okay? And I'll tell you why. Until a person reaches their breaking point, I call it the fuck it moment, where you finally just draw a line in the sand and you say, I can't take this any longer. That's when you're coachable. That's when you can get to the top, okay? Because there's two stages of this. The first stage is just to admit that you have a problem and then get a mentor. That's step one, okay? But after you get the mentor, we, at the same time of battling the pride and the ego here, we battle the pride and the ego a second time to be able to follow the exact steps. So it happens in a double whammy. The first thing, people just won't admit they have the problem and go directly to the source on where they can get the solution. Okay, so that's step one. But then after they get it, then they battle the pride and the ego a second time to just follow the exact formula, the exact steps, without trying to reinvent the wheel, come out with a better way, think that they're going to come out with some other strategy, when the reason that they got the mentor in the first place is because they wanted to get results. Now, if you look at, quite honestly, almost all my students, guys, almost every single one of my students started with absolutely no money. No money, okay? The first thing they had to do is they had to become resourceful and surrender their pride and their ego, and whether that meant going to their parents, their grandparents, their relatives, their friends, taking out a loan, getting a credit card, something, right, in order to raise the money. If you look at the biggest leaps, okay, so Jay Alfredo was making $160 a month working full-time in a call center in Mexico. And, you know, I'm talking about a full-time, 1 month of work for $160 a month. That was his job. And he went from that, which is the bottom, to now he's made over $220,000 in a 2-year period of time, US. Okay, so from $160 a month in Mexico to $220,000 in 2 years. In 2 years, okay? One lady was living on her credit cards, paying interest just to eat, and she made over $300,000 in 2 years. Okay, struggling realtor that couldn't make any, get listings and get homes sold. From there to $250,000 in the course of 18 months. So my point being here, guys, is that if you're in that same position, you actually have a way higher chance than a person that's making $5 grand, $7 grand, $8 grand, 10 grand, that in their mind, they say that they don't have the money to get started. Okay. That's what they say in their mind. Okay. Now the difference between the person that's flatline and the person that has a job and that's in their comfort zone, this person has not reached their breaking point. But this person that's completely at the bottom of the bottom has reached their breaking point. And that is when they become coachable and they have the best opportunity to springboard to become the next success story. It's a phenomenon, guys. I'm telling you, it'll blow your mind. It'll blow your mind when you really, really understand this. Okay, so who do we got here? Facebook user says, love this value. I very, very much appreciate that. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Trudy Lowen says, hi, Darren. Hey, Trudy, how are you? Laura Wall, great to have you here. Rakeem, great to have you here, pal. Always showing up. That's the first step. Bob Johnson says, hello. Good to see you, Bob. Angeline says, love it. Aaron says, facts. Okay, facts right there. And I'm gonna talk a little bit about Aaron's story here shortly, but tonight I'm actually going to give people an opportunity to interact like this, okay, with somebody that was at their breaking point, with somebody that was $250,000 down the rabbit hole with maxed out credit cards, no savings left, okay, and just one business opportunity after another. If you've seen these business opportunities online, guys, where they promise guaranteed returns, 1% a day, 20, 30% a month, those are Ponzi schemes. And people get lured in with the thought that they're going to make big money. And in the beginning, it seems like you're going to make money. And that's the goal. That's the goal, that they, I got paid, guys. Oh my God, this is real. And then you go out, you take out a mortgage or you take out a loan, you bring in all your friends, they put in all money. And then all of a sudden, 4, 5, 6 months later, the whole thing blows up. And not only do you lose your money, but in some cases, you actually lose your reputation, you lose your confidence and self-esteem, and it can spiral you all the way down into depression, okay? I've actually had some people call me that were on the verge of committing suicide from how much money that they had lost because they went all in with their savings account, their credit cards. In fact, if you remember the company called USI Tech, okay, I had posted something on my wall to warn everybody that they were going to lose their money, okay? And one of my contacts here locally in Vancouver sent me reached out to me and sent me a message and told me that she was putting $100,000 into USI Tech, okay? And I said, please do not do it. You're going to lose your money, okay? And she said, thanks a lot for your opinion, Darren, but I'm doing it anyway. Okay. If you think that that's going to be the ticket to the promised land, but it wasn't more than maybe 4 weeks later, the thing went up in smoke, okay? The thing went up in smoke. We got a Facebook user joining in live from Scotland. Rakeem says, the energy is flowing on this portal. Thank you very much, sir. Aaron says, I don't know what that means. Oh, I sold my coconut milkshake stand and borrowed the rest to get started. Ron Mayberry, hey, Darren, great Tuesday to you from Delaware. Mark Buddha says, yo, how are you, sir? Facebook user from Port Elizabeth, South Africa. That's so true, Darren. Another Facebook user says. Darius says, I'm ready, Darren. Awesome. That's the first step, guys. That is the first step, is finally reaching your breaking point. Finally reaching your breaking point. That is the key. Katrine says, hey, Darren, have a good evening. Absolutely, brother, from Rakeem. until it implodes. Exactly. And that's the problem. Looking forward to your interview tonight. This will be off the charts. It's going to be off the charts, guys. I can tell you. Big mistake to get involved with Ponzi schemes. I agree. We've got another gentleman live from Durban. Ishmael says, hey, Darren. Hey, Ishmael, how are you? Civi is an inspiration. Absolutely, guys. Now, what's the difference? Okay. What separated Civi from all the rest of the people? Okay. What was the difference? Okay. Number one, he reached his breaking point. Number two, instead of playing the victim, he looked for a solution to his problem. Okay. He looked for a solution to his problem. Number three, he was coachable. He was coachable. So he always showed up, guys. And, you know, if I look at Pornthip Molding, like I did an interview with her a couple of days ago, when we did a Millionaire Mentoring Intensive, guys, it did not matter if it was 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m. in the morning. She would just go to bed early, set her alarm clock. She was always on the broadcast, always on the live training. Same thing with Civi, right? Same thing with Civi, right? So the difference, here's the difference. Here's how I know whether or not somebody's going to go to the top. The person that's reached their breaking point sets their alarm, okay? The person that hasn't sends me a message and says, oh, that's 3 o'clock in the morning for me. That's the person that's going to stay broke, okay? This is fact. I can tell you this from thousands and thousands of people, right? And 30 years that I have all the data. I've got all the data from every single personality type, every single income bracket that you can imagine, every single, you know, job that you can imagine, whether it's a single mom, blue collar worker, white collar worker, construction worker, electrician, plumber, accountant, right? Every single category that you can imagine, I have data on it from 30 years, every single one. So I can tell you that this isn't coming from, you know, I'm not just telling you this to make up a story. I'm telling you this from actual documented data that all of the big income stories, okay? Jennifer and Jose went 2 days with no water. They had an eviction notice with 6 children, okay? With 6 children. They were on the verge of being homeless. And when they called me, Jennifer was bawling her eyes out. They had reached their breaking point, guys, their breaking point. And that is the time when people actually are 100% coachable, okay? So when Jennifer and Jose called me, I said, guys, you know, I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do. Exactly. The exact steps that you need to take if you want to be in a position where you never, ever have to worry about money ever again for the rest of your life. But my question to you is, are you coachable? Are you coachable? Will you follow exactly what I tell you to do? Not try and reinvent the wheel, not try and come up with a better way. Follow the exact steps that I tell you to do. And I can tell you within a 30-day period of time, I will be able to propel you guys to freedom, okay? And they said, Darren, we're at the bottom of the bottom. Whatever you tell us to do, we will do. Okay. So I think that their first month coming out of the gate, they made like about $15,000. Their first year, they made 157 grand. And now from flatline broke, 2 days with no water, and eviction notice, 157 to now they own their own advertising agency, and they've now made hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, I could take the exact same situation with a person that's in corporate America that's making 8, 10 grand a month. And this person here that's not reached the breaking point, that's still in their comfort zone, they will do nothing. They will do nothing. They won't be coachable to try and reinvent the wheel. They'll tell me they have a better way. They'll say, watch this space. Those are the broke people, guys. Those are the broke people. This is fact. And I can tell you that, you know, countless stories, guys, countless stories. Lyle says, thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Jesus, for Darren Little. I'm fired up, baby. Woohoo. You know, and Lyle, I'm really looking forward to seeing you in the intensive. I know that you already committed to that, so congratulations on that. Pete Lowen as well. He said, I had already set my alarm for tonight. Good for you. But how to overcome the internal battle of the mind. That is a really good question, Amanjeet. And the whole purpose of Millionaire Mentoring, the whole purpose is to get you into the vibrational resonance. Success is actually a radio broadcast frequency. It's a vibrational resonance that you can tune into that fast, okay? And when you're in it, when you're in the high vibration with the people that are already doing it, they're already teaching and training and telling you exactly what to do, there's a mindset shift that happens. And it happens almost like a light bulb goes on and you realize, wow, I didn't realize that I was creating my reality. I didn't realize it. I didn't realize what I was doing throughout the day. And there's a way to change it, but you have to take charge. You have to take responsibility. You have to not only be the participant in the game, but the observer of the participant in the game. Okay, it's called split consciousness. And I go into this in detail in Millionaire Mentoring so that you can shift your mindset, because your mindset creates your physiology in your body. They're interlinked. Okay, so it's more about the mindset. You got to be asking yourself throughout the day, how do I feel? How do I feel? Because these things are creating this thing, what creates this thing that goes out and communicates with the electrons. The electrons are smaller than the atoms and the molecules, guys, and they're waiting for your instructions. They're waiting for your instructions. So this is truly the power of this whole process, with a lot of disturbances and frustrations. Amanjeet, you have to surround yourself with people that are already on the path, okay? And when you're in a group of like-minded people, there's something that takes place called energy transference. Energy transference. So what happens is you have to commit to this process. So you've got to be on the path of personal development. You got to be feeding your mind, whether it's through audio, through video, through meditation, right? You have to actually take charge and take responsibility. And you've got to move from a victim state to the victor state, where you say, I'm in charge. I control my reality. I control my thoughts. I control my words. I control my words and emotions. And boom, that's where I'm going. That's where I'm going, right? And then you surround yourself almost like you're in a bubble with people around you that are on the same path too. And that gives you some accountability along the process of the journey, right? Very, very important. Now, guys, I'm going to tell you that these Millionaire Mentoring intensives that I roll out, that's where the breakthroughs happen, okay? That's where the breakthroughs happen. So Sivi, as an example, was going on this path and struggling and spinning his wheels and spinning his wheels and spinning his wheels. And he went through a 30-day Millionaire Mentoring intensive, and the mindset shift that happened in that 30 days where he got the formula. He got the formula. And then when I went to Boracay, he knew that he was on a little tiny island in Boracay in the Philippines. And he heard that I was coming and, I was flying in with my business partner to do some content and some filming for our roll up for Black Ops Live. And that every chance that he could get, he was meeting with me and Ari, even if it was just sitting around a table or going out for lunch or going out for dinner or sitting around the pool bar, or, one day, Sivi and I actually were just floating out in the water, beautiful water out in Boracay, turquoise blue waters. If you've never been there, it's amazing, right? So imagine you're in this turquoise blue water, right? Like you see in the postcards. And we were kind of just floating out there, in this warm water. And I think that time literally went like this, but we were actually sitting out in the water for probably about 4 hours, just talking about life and vision and dreams and goals. And, it's hard to really understand how much can happen just from being in the zone with people that are in the zone, right? There's energy transference that takes place. But one thing, guys, one single thing, one sentence that somebody says, one explanation can And it's almost like you have an aha moment and you wake up and you go, oh my God, I can't believe it. I get it now. I heard it before, but I didn't get it. Now I get it. Okay, now I get it. Now, the interesting thing was right after that intensive time, right? Civi was in a situation where I think he made like $6,000 in a 4 or 5 day period of time. He had like a $2,000 day and 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. And then he was able to fly to Europe, right? And him and his wife, they had a dream to be able to go to Italy. He was living in Italy for a while, and now they're over in Russia. And now, so here it is. It's only maybe about a year later, and he just had his biggest month, 14 grand. Now he's the owner, right? There's him and 3 other of my students that they actually own their own business opportunity. Their own business opportunity. I'm not talking about being an affiliate here, guys. Okay, they're the owners of a business opportunity. Okay, and his, two or three of the. I think Aslan's been in Millionaire Mentoring for a year, but I know that Lucien and Bradley, they've only been in for about 7 months, and the 4 of them together are now the owners of their own business opportunity. So it gives you an idea of what's possible. Angeline says, absolutely, moving from the victim to the victor. As one man said, energy just is. Use it. That is true, Pete. That is true. Okay. But in the event that life circumstances throw you a curveball, okay, a curveball, life's never going to, be completely calm, guys. You're never not going to have a storm. You just get better at steering through the waves. You get better at using your compass once you understand how to use all these different strategies. But life's going to continue to throw you curveballs. Okay, it's not going to be an easy thing going from 0 to 7 figures and 7 figures to 8 figures and higher. It's a journey. And the journey is actually a personal development journey. The journey is stepping into your power. The journey is stepping into your greatness and taking charge, taking responsibility as the CEO of your business. And you can't do that as a victim. Okay. And in the event that you're surrounding yourself with victims, you'll be the next victim. Okay. Because energy transference takes place. So in other words, you have to protect your dream. You got to protect your dream. And even who you share your dream with. Only share your dream with like-minded people, guys, okay? Don't share your dream with broke people because they're going to want to hammer you down and bring you back down, because right when you start sharing your dream with the broke people, they're going to realize the train's leaving the station and they don't want you to go. They don't want you to go. They love to have you in their pity parties, right? And the thing when you're in victimhood, you may or may not know this, but when you're in a state of victimhood and you're hanging out with all the people that are in victimhood too, you get points for having a worse story. You get points for having the worst story of all the victims. So the worse your life is at, the more debt that you're in, the worse situation with creditors calling and the home's going to foreclosure, cars being repoed, you just lost your job, your relationship is going terrible, you just found out that you've got some terminal illness, the victims are happy about it. It's bizarre, but it's the truth. Okay. Now, what you've got to be able to do is to let go. Let go. Realize that there's a whole other group of people that want to embrace you and give you a hug. They want to embrace you. They want to open up the gateway and show you the way. They want to show you exactly what to do step by step so that you don't have to keep on suffering. You don't have to keep on suffering. Okay. One Facebook user says, the higher the levels, the higher the devils. Don't know who originally said that. That is very true. I like energy transference there. It's a phenomenon, guys. Energy transference is real. Quantum physics is real. The law of attraction is real. The equation for manifestation is real, guys. It's real. And all you have to do is learn how it works and why it works to be able to break through that mindset, shift, take charge, take responsibility, and propel yourself to the next level. But you got to be in the bubble. You got to be in the bubble. You got to protect your dream, guys. Protect your dream. Very, very important. Pete Lowen says, I hear you. Thank you for that. Absolutely. Matt Feast, awesome. Makes a lot of sense. Who do we got here? Awesome Zillionaire Evening watching from the UK. Welcome, Andrew. Great to see you here. Ron Mayberry says, my wife says, love those folks from a distance. Okay. Love those folks from a distance. Let's a few more tags there. Law of attraction. Absolutely. Guys, here's the thing that you've got to understand just about success in general. And sometimes the hardest thing to face, right, is that either your spouse, your significant other, or your family and your closest friends, they are typically going to be your worst enemies along this journey. They're going to be the naysayers. They're going to be the self-doubters. They're going to be the people that knock down and crush your dream. You have to limit the exposure that you spend with anybody that takes you off your course. Anybody that derails you, anybody that puts you down, anybody that degrades you, anybody that puts down your business, you have to have a bubble, okay, a protector. Now, in the event that you're in a situation where you're with a negative spouse, you have to set healthy boundaries in place so that you have a protector, okay? So once you set those healthy boundaries in place, don't be sharing your business with the negative spouse. Don't try to prove them wrong, okay? Just go do the business. Just go do the business, guys. This is the key. So, you know, people have this kind of a problem with it because the ego wants to prove them wrong, but you don't want to be attacked with your business from them. So you got to set your healthy boundaries in place. So you have to have them agree to the boundary. You know what? I know that you're there. I know that you want the best for me. I know that you would like me to get to freedom, but I'm going to ask you this one thing. Please respect it. And don't ever bring up my business. I don't want you saying anything about my business. It's off limits. It's off limits. Don't talk about it. Okay? You got to set the boundaries. But now it's up to you to police your boundaries. Once you set the boundaries, you got to police the boundaries. In the event that you're in a situation where it's very toxic, it's very, very toxic in your spousal relationship, you need to leave the toxic environment and go work on your business either in a library, okay, in a library, in a Starbucks, in a restaurant, someplace where your dream is protected in that environment, right? Even if it's only for 1 or 2 hours that you're going to work on your business, you can't be within toxic energy and expect that you're going to get good results in your business. It doesn't work, okay? Now, in the event that your spouse or your significant other is not going to respect your boundaries and they continue to breach your boundaries, it may be time that you're going to have to move on from the relationship, okay? And you got to ask yourself, why would you want to be in a toxic energy environment relationship in the first place? Do you love yourself enough? Do you love yourself enough to feel worthy, to feel deserving, to have healthy boundaries in place, to know that abundance is your birthright? Do you have that in place? Or do you feel that you need to be abused by the people that you're with? And this is all about personal development, guys. This is all about personal development. Okay, Angeline, wait a sec. Angeline says, work the business regardless if you have support or not from their significant other or spouse. Totally agree with that. Create that shut up money, but don't tell them you're creating shut up money. Just let your success money shut them up. That's a good strategy right there. Another tag there. Thank you, Andrew. I told my wife I was looking for jobs and went to the library to work on my business. Standing ovation to the Facebook user. Way to go. Way to go. Totally agree with you, Darren Little. Feel like you're talking to me directly. Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate that. Ironic, the loved ones are doing it all. We're doing it all for can be your biggest hindrance. That right there, Michael Cook. Standing ovation, my friend. That is the truth right there, guys. Hey, Darren, great value as always from Kieran. Thank you very much, Kieran. I really appreciate that. And Aaron says, this is fire. Guys, I am fired up right now, okay? And I can tell you this. every single time that I get on this path that has to do with quantum physics, manifestation, the law of attraction, explaining to people about the wave particle theory and how we actually create our realities, right? As I'm speaking about it, I get waves and waves and waves of goosebumps that go through my body, and they'll go for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. They will continue going the more that I talk about it. The more that I talk about it, the more I explain exactly how it works. The science, there's an actual science, guys, to getting rich. A science. I'm talking about laboratory scientific research that proves what I'm telling you to be true. Okay? Laboratory research, guys. A lot of people don't know this. They think it's just by accident that wealth starts to show up in your life, that all the people and the places and the circumstances just magically start to show up. It's a science, guys. It's scientific. This is how it works. It's a phenomenon. Okay, it's a phenomenon. Barry says, massive value. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Andrew says, this is nuclear energy. So powerful. Thank you. We all need a wake-up call. You hit on the button. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate that. Getting goosebumps right now all over my body. Wow. That is the success vibration, guys. That is the success vibration. And guess what? If you're on social media, we work on an energy portal. We work on an energy portal. Okay. This as well as an energy portal right here. Okay. So whatever's going on internally. Okay. So in other words, if you have issues around money, okay. So if you don't feel deserving, if you don't feel worthy, if you don't love yourself, if you feel guilty around money, you're holding on to all this emotional baggage from your past. Okay. Now, when you get on an energy portal, it goes right through. So that means the stuff that's going on in you is going to go through the portal and it's going to hit your prospect. So a lot of people will say, well, you know, I don't know what happened there. I don't know what happened. You know, I mean, the guy really seemed interested and we were talking about it and he got right to the edge where he was going to make a decision and then he disappeared. And now I send him messages and he never returns my messages. Why is that? Why is it, guys? Okay. Because your outer world is a direct reflection of your inner world. And until you do the personal development, it's going to keep on showing up until guess what happens? Guess what happens? You reach your breaking point. You reach your breaking point. And then you finally get the help that you need so you can understand how this works, why it works, and how to correct the problem, how to course correct, right? Until you're actually prepared to do the work, you can't course correct, guys. Okay, because you got to clear out the energy. You got to clear out this baggage that's going on here that you've been holding on to for your whole life. And it may have been something that happened when you were 7 years old, 10 years old. Could have been something that your dad said to you, right? Oh, you'll never make it when you grow up. And that's now part of your program. It's been programmed into your DNA. And until you do the personal development work, guys, you'll spin your wheels. You will spin your wheels. Okay. Johnny says, awesome video. Thank you so much. Dorinda says, you're so right, Darren. Thank you, Dorinda. And I asked the universe for a mentor or coach, and here you are, truly grateful for what you do for us. Thanks so much, Andrew. I really appreciate that. Hopefully we're going to be seeing it in this intensive, because truthfully, guys, I can tell you that every one of the success stories that I have for my students, 0 to 100 grand, 0 to $250,000, 0 to 350, 0 to $500,000, 0 to 850,000, all of them, every single one was in the intensive. That's where the breakthroughs happen. And the ones that happen the fastest are people that went through more than one, right? They went through more than one. I had one lady that went through two-month millionaire mentoring intensive. So she was in millionaire mentoring for 4 straight months, and from flat broke living on her credit cards to over 300,000. Bam! She came out of the gate, right? And in fact, the interesting thing is she actually did it the right way, because she wasn't even in a business opportunity before she went through the millionaire mentoring. She actually didn't even get into a business opportunity until she was about 3.5 weeks in to the millionaire mentoring intensive. So she did the training first, and then she picked the business opportunity, which quite frankly is the way to go. And most people do it backwards. Most people do it backwards. So every other career, doesn't matter if you want to be a doctor, lawyer, accountant, plumber, electrician, engineer, realtor, mortgage broker, insurance agent, automotive industry, mechanic, every single other industry, you get trained first and then you go into the marketplace. We have the only industry where people actually do it backwards. So they join the business and then they go try and figure out how to do it. They become an entrepreneur and spend all the money, and then they backtrack and figure out how to do it. They got it totally backwards. The people that do it the proper way and they learn the skills first and then they pick the business opportunity, those are the people that go to the top the fastest, by far, okay? Some more tags. Great, thank you very much, appreciate that. Guys, here's what I'm gonna tell you. If you got value from this particular little short segment, okay, and you think that, imagine this, okay, because I typically go for 2 and 3 hours at a time giving you value and explaining all these concepts multiple times throughout the week to get you to your breakthrough, okay? And it's interactive. It's not just me talking, it's interactive in the vortex with the people, and that's where the breakthroughs happen. Guys, okay? Beginning of November, we're on the next roll up, and I can tell you 100% unequivocally that if you're in that group, that you're going to have the biggest breakthrough of your life, guaranteed, okay? And it has to do with a collective consciousness, okay? So in other words, when Tom has a breakthrough, it creates a ripple effect all the way down the line. When Pornthip has a breakthrough, it creates a ripple effect all the way down the line, right? This is quantum physics, guys, okay? And I'm gonna explain how it works and why it works. And when we're on the portal, you're gonna see for yourself. You're gonna get ripples of goosebumps like this on your arm. You can see it right there, okay? That will stay the whole time I'm talking about quantum physics, the whole time, okay? Because that is the success vibration, guys. And I want for you to be able to feel that vibration through the collective. So as it goes through the ripple, it will start in waves of going through the people, okay? Waves of going through the people. Once you start to feel what the success vibration actually feels like in your body, you'll be able to get it like that, like a radio broadcast station, And you'll know that you're either in the zone or out of the zone. You're either in, they talk about a lot of time about being in the zone, okay? When you're in the zone, everything is easy, everything is flowing, everybody says yes, nobody ever rejects you because you're tapped into the vibration, guys. The right people just show up at the right time. This is how it works. Okay? Very much value. Thank you for the energy portal. Absolutely. Guys, this is truly why I'm here on this planet. I'm just being honest, okay? God put me on this planet to help people transform their lives, get to their personal breakthrough, and be able to live an abundance lifestyle so that they can in turn help other people. So they can be a ripple in their family, a ripple in their community, a ripple in their church, and if they're using the internet, a ripple globally, worldwide, from the impact that they can get from getting to their breakthrough, right? Rakeem says, facts, biggest breakthrough. Another tag there. Awesome. Thank you. I'm so excited for the intensive. I'm excited to have you on board. I'll tell you what, Darius says, wow. Thank you, Darren. Awesome, guys. So here's what I'm going to tell you, guys. If you really want to get into this vibration tonight, you're going to see it and feel it from one of my students who had, quite frankly, such a massive transformation, guys. He was like $250,000 in the hole, and because he was coachable and he just had a burning desire, I'm going to freedom and that's it, period. He just kept on showing up and showing up and showing up. Every opportunity that he could get, he was, on a call, on a private call, anything that he could, anytime that he could get. And it was at that last intensive time that it went shift. And right after that was when he had his big breakthrough, like $6,000 in, really short period. In less than 1 week, he made $6,000. And then he went on to make his biggest month ever, which was 14 grand. And I got back from Manila on the 17th of July. Okay. And we're now in October, right? And they already have they're owners of their own business opportunity. That's that's a quantum leap. Okay. Some people have been in their business opportunity for 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, 20 years, and they don't have their own business opportunities. Think about that. How could a group of students come together? They had only been in for a total of 7 months before they had their own business opportunity, right? Civi was in for about a year. Okay. Same thing with Aston. Now, here's the interesting thing that happened with Aston. Aston had been in a relationship with his girlfriend for 15 years or something, but he couldn't commit to getting married. Okay. He went through the training. He's now married. Think about that. Think about that. His whole life is transformed now because he got the right training. He went directly to the source and got the training, guys. This is a phenomenon. I'm telling you, if you've reached your breaking point, if you're tired of struggling, if you want to 10x your income, if you want to get into the big leagues, guys, to past 7 figures, to 8 figures and higher, I'm telling you, I can roll out the red carpet and show you exactly what to do step by step. Step by step. What to put for content, how to create lead magnet, how to build your list, how to close an upsell, how to get team duplication, how to build a global organization that just goes, We did one rollout. We put 6,000 people into one company in 30 days. 30 days, no paid ads, no paid ads. This is quantum physics, guys. Another deal we rolled out, we put 5,400 people in. We did almost $2.3 million in sales volume without spending a single penny on ads. Zero. Okay, just on the energy portal, guys. The energy portal is powerful. Once you understand how it's actually working, once you understand more about people, your commodity in business, guys, is people. People. Okay, not hype, not get in now, not lock your spot, not these high return things, the Ponzi, there's so much scams out there right now. You got to protect your money and you got to protect your dream. Okay. But the interesting thing about investing in yourself, nobody can ever take that away from you. Nobody. Once you learn the skills, you have the skills for the rest of your life. There was one couple that was actually divorced, 2 kids. After they went through the training, they got remarried. Now, I don't know if you've been ever split up or divorced, but it's typically the last person that you want to be with. And they actually got remarried and repaired their relationship. Okay. So the transformational stories are off the charts because you're going to learn about quantum physics. This isn't just strategy, guys. This is about understanding how you are the creator of your reality, and what shows up in your life every day is based upon the equation for manifestation. It works for everything you want, and it also works for everything that you don't want. So register for tonight, guys. 10ksidehustle.com. I'm telling you what, when you feel the energy on that portal tonight, when Civi and I are going back and forth, you'll see what I'm talking about, because he was as far down the rabbit hole as you could possibly get. And when you start to get this wave, here we are. We're how far are we at the broadcast? We're 45 minutes in. There you go. 45 minutes. Well, how long have we been talking here? 49 minutes, guys. 49 minutes of straight energy vortex, the vibrational frequency. And that's what I want to teach you how to be able to master in this training. It starts on November 1st. Everyone I did last year they were all sold out, guys. And the stories, I'm talking about quantum leap stories from 0 past 300,000 and beyond. One guy went from flat broke. First month he made 45,000. Then he went up to 100,000, and then he went up to 850,000. Okay, so this stuff is real. It works. It's tried, tested, and proven. And there's countless testimonials and countless stories. But when you get on the portal with people that have already got these concepts, it will shock you. 10ksidehustle.com. It's going to be at 8 p.m., guys. 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Civi's on the other side of the world, and he's going to get up early and set as an alarm clock for that time. But that's the best that we could do. And I know it's a little bit late for the people on the East Coast, but I'm telling you, it's going to be well worth showing up. 10ksidehustle.com. Guys, my name is Darren Little from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. I'm excited. Stephen says, Darren, you speak the truth. Angeline says, investing yourself is crucial. Love the high energy portal. Who we have here? That's brother Aston Martin Davids is my superhero brother for life. Awesome. Great, great guy. It felt like 5 minutes. That's what I'm telling you guys. Time literally stands like that. So sometimes I'll be talking and then I'll look at my watch and I was like, holy cow, like 2.5 hours went by. When you're in the vibration, time just goes, right? So it's engaging. It's exciting, guys. It's exciting. And that's the key. High energy frequency, high state, raise your vibrations. Powerful. Awesome. Boom, says Rakeem. Thanks so much, Darren, once again. Boom, says Rakeem again. Thanks, Darren. Love you. Guys, 10ksidehustle.com. My name is Darren Little from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. I'm fired up right now. And let's go register. Have a good one, guys. All the best.